Hello, Tracy here with another scrapbooking process video. Today I'm going to be scrapbooking using this sketch that's up in the top corner. This is from Creative Scrappers. Her latest book is called Just Sketches, and I'm using sketch number 7 from that book. You can check out her website in the information section below my video. And today I'm going to be scrapbooking the first in a series of layouts that I'm doing in a project that I call I Am Who I Am. And this is going to be a bit of like a book of me. So it's going to be, it won't be in a whole book, it'll just be in a scrapbook. I'm not sure if it'll take up a whole album or just part of an album. But it's going to be a series of layouts which will include 12 by 12 layouts as well as pocket pages, where I'm going to focus on documenting my own stories about who I am and you know, the kinds of things that I'd like to do to I guess kind of self-growth and exploration and that sort of thing, but also to pass these stories down to family members, and so that, you know, my kids might get a better sense of who I am or who I was at this point in their lives, and so on and so forth. So I'm using the Fernwood collection from Vicki Boutin. This is an American crafts collection. I have a recent video on my channel where I show this collection in quite a bit of detail. So I'm going to start with this really beautiful cloudy sky paper. I love, love, love this. And my only goal for doing this layout is I want to use all my favorite things on this page. So I love these two pattern papers from that collection. Before I go ahead and decide which of those papers I will use behind my photo, I thought I'd start by matting this. This is a photo I had printed quite a long time ago. It's from oh, both of those ran out at the same time. I'm just going to refill my Tombow tape runner here. And then I'll go ahead and mat this with some inexpensive white cardstock. I use Colorbach cardstock, which I just buy on Amazon, and no need to use fancy paper as a mat. So I just keep this on hand to use for these sorts of purposes. So that gives me a little bit of dimension, not dimension, but I guess it gives me a border to my photo and helps the photo stand out from the rest of the layers that I'll be putting behind it. So now I am going to mat it also on this beautiful piece of pattern paper. It's also one of my favorite patterns in this whole collection. So I thought I'd make sure I use that as well. And that I'm kind of trying to decide which part of the page my photo will go on. If I go exactly by the sketch, I'd put it here, but I think I kind of like the idea of my face being amongst the clouds like this, and I'm gonna put a circular element like what the sketch has. I'm going to deviate quite a bit from the sketch today, which is more my normal. I usually use a sketch for a jumping off point, and I don't always follow it exactly, but I keep the sketch up in the top corner there just so that you can have a sense of what my jumping off point was and how it kind of evolves. So see how they have those strips off to the side of the photo in the sketch? Well, I decided to kind of go with that, but I'm using much thicker strips here than what they used in the sketch. I'm having a look at these stickers, which are from the Vicki Boutin Fernwood collection. This is called Stories of Us. These are thickers, and I'm thinking I might be able to use a title from there, use that in my title. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I kind of want the title to just be I Am Who I Am. So I thought I'd have a look at those stickers and just see if there was something there that would catch my eye, but there really wasn't. So since I'm calling this I Am Who I Am, I thought I better go downstairs and grab my I Am collection from Stimple Stories, because this is an older collection, and I do believe they have redone this collection at least one other time more recently. I have the very old original collection, the original I Am. So it's been really picked over because this is probably the collection, my all-time favorite collection. So I have used, as you can see, I had doubles of some things, and I've used up almost all of it. I do have quite a bit of the pattern paper left, but only bits and pieces of the sticker sets and chipboard are left. I also do have some die cut pieces and whatnot. I just familiarized myself with it. I'm not going to use any paper from this collection. This collection has a much cleaner look than the Vicki Boutin collection, so I want to be cautious about how I mix these two things together so that they look like they all belong. And so I'm kind of thinking, okay, let's commit to this. I'm going to glue my photo down to these 2 strips, and the photo will kind of keep the strips in place. Then I'm thinking, well, I kind of did that a little crooked, so let's take it apart. At first I was thinking, let's just leave it crooked, and then I thought, no, I'll use the grid mat on my workspace to just kind of line those up a little bit better, and then reattach the photo, also using my grid mat to help me with that. I really love having a gridded work mat. It really helps. There was a little bit of adhesive there, so I just used my powder tool to make that not be sticky as I work on it. I'm going to outline this using my Sharpie pen, which I finally found. I had lost it for a while there, but I found it again. So I'm outlining with this, just a very quick double outline, which gives you a little bit more of a messy look. And if your lines aren't straight, it looks like you meant for them to not be straight. So that's one of the benefits of double outlining. It kind of helps pull everything together when things are outlined. You could get the same look by inking all the edges or distressing all the edges. Sometimes I'll sew around the edges to get a similar pulled together look, or you could just leave your edges plain. That's fine too. So see the circles on the sketch? The circle element that I'm going to incorporate, instead of using layers of paper, which I think is what the sketch is indicating there, I'm going to do sewing in circles and get a really similar look. So I have my little Janome Sew Mini sewing machine here, and I'm just going to change the angle so that you can see a little bit better. When you look at it from the top down, you don't actually get to see the sewing happening. So I'm going to switch the angle like this so that you get a better sense of how the sewing goes. So I'm using dark thread here, and I'm just following that very faint circle that I drew with pencil. I traced my circle cutter to get a decent circle here. And then I'm going to go around again, this time a wider circle to get that kind of similar look to the sketch where there's a circle nested with another circle. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it and using my presser foot as a guide here. Now, it was looking kind of too neat. It's actually hard to sew in circles, but somehow I did it too neat, which is not a problem I usually have. So I just went around it again, and the second time, I'm going around both of those circles for a second time, and I'm just making sure to crisscross a little bit and go a little bit off so that it has a more casual, loose look and didn't look so straight and perfect. So I'll put my sewing machine away, and then I'm going to somehow I switched camera angles there, so pardon the little distracting thing up in the corner. That won't be there forever, but I just didn't see it there. Now, part of the I Am collection has, the word I am in it several times, or the phrase I am. So I decided to pull out, that's like a little tag. It's like a little plasticized paper tag. So I thought I might use that for my second I Am in my title. I love these stickers. Those are Amy Tangerine stickers. They're called Afterglow, and they are thickers. And so I have those. Those are my kind of go-to letter sticker these days. I love them. I also pulled out a couple of other options, including these tile letter stickers from We Are Memory Keepers. These are from the Love Notes collection. These are fairly old, but I do really love working with them. So I really like this look right here. It looks like a stenciled kind of pieced together artistic kind of way to spell out a word or a phrase. So I'm going to use these stickers here, and I'm going to end up using both parts of them. So I'm going to use the negative space, which is what I'm using here. And I'm also, and then I'm going to use these Amy Tangerine Afterglow stickers to spell out who. So I've got I Am in the We Are Memory Keepers stickers, and then who. And I really don't like the look of that, so I'm going to replace it. I found this other Am from the I Am collection. Don't like that either. It's too busy. So then I decided that I might just do the same thing with the negative space, but then I thought I've got the positives of these cutouts, so I thought I'd use those. And I really do like how that looks. So it took me a little bit to find the other M, but I did find it. So So there's my title. I am going to scooch it around a little bit and bring down the who a little bit because it's touching the am above it, but it's not touching the I am below it. So I'm liking how that title looks down the side. And I'm using way more adhesive than I usually use for some reason. And I'm going to regret that. I'm going to have to pull some of these things back to layer in between it, but that's okay. So I'm just going to trim off the overlapping paper there to get rid of that. And this is looking pretty good. It's not exactly looking like the sketch, but that's okay. I do want to use, this is one of those little plasticized paper clips from the I Am collection. It just has I Am over and over again on it. I'm going to pop it up here for now, but I don't love it there. I'm just going to leave it there so I don't forget to use it somewhere, but it's not going to stay there. So when it came to embellishing, what I decided to do was to just put all of my favorite stickers onto this page. This thistle or whatever you call this thing, I really love that plant and I love that sticker, so I put that in there. I had to grab a dandelion because I do have a dandelion tattoo. It represents you know, embracing the beauty, kind of like the beauty in the mundane, and that sort of thing is that's what it represents to me. I know a dandelion means different things to different people, but for me, it's kind of like, you know, that ugly weed. Well, it's kind of beautiful if you really look carefully at it, and yeah. We have these beautiful flowers that just grow wildly in our lawns, and we spend all this time pulling them out and trying to change them when really they look really beautiful as they are. So that's kind of what that represents to me, is self-acceptance. That's what the dandelion represents. So I do want to put something up in the top corner here, but I'm not sure what. I love the bird, but I really like that flower a lot more. So I thought maybe the bird could look like he's got the flower in his mouth, and that's, I didn't like that look. And then I just thought, this is the sticker that I really love the most of this whole set of stickers. This is the one that I love the most. So I'll put that up there. It's bigger than what I wanted to put up there, but I thought, who cares? I really, really like that sticker, so let's put it on. Now, I like these little flaggy tickety things that come in the I Am collection stickers. And so I'm going to trim them down. And in order to do that, I just removed the guide from my trimmer. Do be careful when you do this. I know I did this recently as well. Make sure you put it back on as soon as you're done, because it makes your trimmer a lot less safe when you take that guide off of it. But this just allowed me to get in there really close to that sticker and trim it down exactly the way I wanted it to be. So these three flags that I'm kind of making or cutting down the stickers for, they say, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am enough. And so again, that kind of goes on that theme of self-acceptance. And so I'm just putting little tiny Stampin' Up! Dimensional adhesive behind the two ends of those banners just to give them a little bit of lift and dimension up there, so it's not all just a bunch of flat stickers. And the reason I wanted to make sure I put a sticker up, a white outlined sticker up in the top there, is that I'm feeling like those white outline stickers down to the right hand corner are standing out. They're kind of like not blending in with the rest, like with the background page quite so well. So I've decided, oops, there we go. I figured out I had the wrong camera angle on with that picture up there that I wasn't intending. So I'm just going to put a little bit more dimensional adhesive here, but I wanted that white sticker up there, that white based kind of outline sticker with the flowers and ferns and stuff on it, just to kind of remind myself to add some of that white sticker look up in the top corner. It pulls it around the page and makes it look more balanced and like it belongs. So now I was sure to stick the guide back into my trimmer. I'm going to trim off the little bits here and see how that pulls it together a little bit. Those stickers down in the right corner don't stand out quite so much when I've got more of them up in the other corner. Now I do want some type of a ledge along the bottom here for these flowers to kind of sit upon or grow from, or whatever you want to think about it as. And then I'm also going to add that other sticker that I also really like. That gives me a visual triangle with 3 little corners. So I've got one corner right here that I'm working on. The other has the other stickers over to the right, and then the other one is up in the top corner. So I do want to layer this sticker with the ledge, and the ledge is just a border sticker from the I Am collection. So I'm just going to tuck that little daisy sticker in the corner there. I really like how that looks peeking out like that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to outline that sticker or not. I'm going to outline at least the top of it, and I'm going to think about the rest of it. I want to grab a piece of paper to add to this ledge. So that's not enough of a ledge. I want another layered piece of paper. I really do love that black and white paper, and where I'm trying to use all my favorite things on this, I thought maybe I'd use that, but it's too black and white. It's too similar to the background paper. I wanted something that had some pattern in it and also a variety of colors so that it could kind of pull together some of the colors that are in those separate papers. Like so far we've got the background paper has only blue and no other colors, and the other layer has only orange and no other colors, and the other layer has yellow and no other colors. So this is a pattern paper that's going to pull together some of those other shades that turn up in other places on this page. I realized that I better scooch my who over a little bit. So there we go. And then I thought I better scooch it down a tiny bit too, so that it was more evenly spaced between the top M and the bottom M. Now it's going to take me a while to get this piece right, but I just want this to be the right size and the right scale, and I want the dandelion to be on top of it and the other flower to be behind it. I'm going to pop it up a little bit to give it some dimension. I really should have outlined it before I popped it out because it's easier to outline when something is flat, but I didn't think that way. This is not an exactly straight piece of paper either. I think I accidentally cut it on a bit of an angle, but it's okay. I like it this way. I like that the thicker edge, if it has a thicker edge, it's over to the right and going off the edge of the page. I wouldn't want the larger side to be off by the word am because it would be off balanced there. So see how I just outlined? I'm reluctant to outline the scallop because I kind of feel like I like it how it is. I'm going to add a bit of glue to the bottom part of that sticker because the stem was just lifting up a little bit because I had pulled it back a lot to try to scooch that extra layer of paper underneath of it. So I'm liking how this looks. I also would like to add a few more particularly favorite things. Like I'm just kind of thinking, I want more of me on this page, as if there wasn't enough of me with that giant 4x6 photo. But I also really like this flower, and they look similar enough that they might look cute together, but they're too close in scale, and the chipboard one wasn't working with the other one. So I decided I would add a little mushroom over there because I adore mushrooms, especially red spotted mushrooms. They're my favorite. So I'm going to slip another mushroom in here just so that it kind of ties together. I like the idea of repetition. So it was looking a little bit too busy with all these stems showing out behind the dandelion. So I just decided to trim off the stems that were showing through, and that just makes it a little bit less busy over there. There's a lot of stickers layered together there, so I just wanted it to look a little bit less busy. I feel like I need something over here, but I don't know what. Something else. It just looks like though the mushroom and the little flower are a little bit out of place. So there we go. Now I have this little vine that the word I am is more obviously sitting on. It was already sitting on the ledge of the little scallop border sticker, but I just really like how that pulls some botanical print over. It kind of looks like it's coming out from under that little ledge that I made there. So I'm going to move this little paper clip over to the side here. I really like how it says I am on it over and over again. I'll put a little piece of a dimensional adhesive just to hold it in place because it's just a paper. It's made out of paper, so it's a laminated paper, so it looks a little bit shiny. I do really like those embellishments. They're nice embellishments. So I was going to do some journaling on this, and then I thought maybe I'll do a 6 by 12 inch insert in front of it to do some journaling in. And then I thought, well, it might be the first thing in an album if I do end up making this its own album. So then I thought maybe what I'll do is I'll just put my journaling on the back side of it. So I picked out this pattern paper from the collection that otherwise would be kind of hard to use. And so I thought I would do some journaling on the back of that. I will share that. This is part of a series that I'm doing over on Patreon. You guys will see all of the process videos for it. They'll all be posted publicly, but I'll also be doing some journaling prompts and some exercises over on my Patreon group. So if you were interested in joining Patreon, now would be a good time to do it because there will be a little bit of extra content over there, particularly if you're interested in doing a all about me type of scrapbooking project. So take care. Thanks for watching and have a really great scrappy week.